All right, we shall call to order then at 2:16 p.m. And our first item of business will be taking a look at the minutes of the February 28th meeting.
I guess Cal already made one small change, but other than that, I will happily move to approve.
I wasn't there, but I will second that.
Is that
All in
Kathy?
favor?
Aye.
aye?
All right, minutes are approved. Let me get up our next document and the target for our discussion here, which is the document from
Megan.
Megan Replin at LFI. So I am opening that up and I will share that on my screen.
And Eric, she's not able to join us or join us today.
Yeah, I wasn't able to get a hold of her to join for today. But we can discuss, pull together our thoughts as far as the samples that we've got in front of us and see which ones we might like to take a look at. Give them a test sit. My laptop is very slowly apparently downloading. Why do you need to download that? I already downloaded that. Oh, computers. Cause of and solution to all life's problems. Here we go. Okay. Tables and chairs ideas. So let's go through here page by page and gather our thoughts on and then we can circle back and see what we've got as far as an overall reaction. Take a look at our yeses and our nos when we get to the end. Okay. Not sure, is this? I think this one is intended to be one of the options. Is that? I don't think a round table would fit very well in that room.
I don't either.
Okay,
You'd rather
so
see a
moving on.
square or a rectangle?
I think that would fit better. I think the nature of that space in there is that the table is going to be up against a wall. And I think in terms of making the best possible use of the space, a square or rectangular table is always going to win out in that situation.
Yeah.
And then against the circles, I think they're perfectly fine option in a lot of other circumstances. But okay. Neon Comper Paris Archive, our first chair option up. A classic line of lounge seating. Many upholstery options are available, including leather welting in a contrasting color. As an option, the maple feet can be wrapped in leather to match piping.
Cal, I don't know how you felt about this one, but of the ones that we saw pictures of, I thought this one was less starkly contemporary than the others, and I know you were looking for something a little more traditional. So I felt like I liked this one the best, not necessarily in this finish, but in this covering, but the style of it. I was just curious as to how you felt about the others.
Well, this one, frankly, I don't remember the others, but I remember that there was only one or two that I thought were suitable. Hey, I went out to the senior center the other day and they have just got all new furniture in their entryway. And boy, they have a couple, well, they have 4 chairs, 2 different types. I mean, they're both upholstered, But there's one of them that is really, really nice. And I asked where they got the furniture, and she told me, I don't know, it's someplace fairly local. I think it might have been in Libertyville. I don't know. But I really was taken with that, with their furniture. It might be too big for the room. But what I should do is ask them to take pictures of it and email it to me.
That would be great. And then if you could find what the source is too.
Yeah,
Do you have any idea if they were designed for heavy usage or if they were like residential quality?
I don't know, but I would think since they're in the room that you walk into from the outside when you enter the senior center, I would think they would be for heavy usage, but I don't know that. I'd have to ask.
Because I think, you know, Eric, I was struck by the note that, who was it from Engberg Anderson sent a note explaining why we would want to use furniture that is designed for heavy usage and so on and so forth.
Yes.
I thought that was it Sean who sent us that?
Yeah, that was Sean.
He raised some really valid points, I think, about you know,
And-
buying things that
yeah.
are designed for heavy usage. So
And mileage can vary. You know, certainly some of the tables that we got when we did the last renovation have had some difficulties with the legs and the surface. But overall, the chrome and cloth chairs that are at those tables with the polka dot fabric chairs, as well as the polka dot fabric lounge seats that we got, those have held up you know, really well, a lot better than you would expect normal retail furniture to hold up over that level of usage in a public building over that time. So yeah, it's more expensive, but you know, overall, you know, you definitely do see the difference.
yeah.
So I would second that. You know, if I'm not saying that we shouldn't you know, check those other options, but you know, I do think that it's something we should keep in mind as we're looking at those other options.
One thing about the chairs out there at the senior center, they are covered in fabric, not this imitation leather stuff that looks so cheap. I guess that's why I don't like this chair that you're showing right now, is it just looks to me like it belongs in.
Well, try and picture it with a different fabric on it, Cal.
Yeah, because we don't
Yeah.
have to get it with this upholstery.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's included right here in the description that many upholstery options are available.
Yes, but they don't show you the options.
Well,
Well, no.
there's probably so many that there would be a whole catalog of them. So,
Oh, okay.
you know, but the thing is, I was just
Yeah.
curious as to how you like the lines of this, because I think that, you know, to me, this is just a little bit Art Deco-y a little bit, and I
Yeah.
think it would be just
More than a
kind of
little bit Art Deco-y.
yeah, and I think it would be kind of a neat look in that room.
It looks 1920s to me.
Yeah, very much so. And so I don't know, I kind of liked this one better than some of the other options, just because it does have a little bit of a curve to it. The other ones seem to be very rectilinear to me, and I think that this, it's hard to tell from a photograph what the scale is, but this might be just a nice scale for that room.
Yeah, Janie, I would agree. When I flipped through the catalog, the other options looked very modern
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
very like wiped down.
Kinda
Like
sterile.
not the cozy feel, but sort of, you know, institutional,
mhm,
modern institutional. And I thought this looked nice in terms of the height of the arms and the sturdy, it looks fairly sturdy in terms
It
of
does.
if you're using the arms to lower yourself down or to get up out of the chair. So
Both Katie and I liked this one as well.
Did you? I
Yes.
think it's interesting that, we told her, Cal specified that she wanted something more along the traditional lines, but this was the closest she came to anything that's even remotely traditional. So that kind of says to me, they don't have a lot in their catalog that comes off as traditional.
Okay. Well, for this one, why don't we follow up with Megan and ask if we can take a look at what some of the other fabric options might be for upholstery. Wow, holy cow, that is much different.
Yeah, see, these look like, I don't know, these
got
just
a-
are not nearly as appealing.
They're good
outlet.
institutional. It reminds me of a hospital.
It does. Or a library at a university or something like that.
Mm,
It looks like they were constructed of Legos.
There's something about the lines of this one over here on the right-hand side. This one right here. I don't know if you guys can see my cursor or not. That makes me feel like kind of 70s kitsch to it. And I don't know what it is about it. If maybe it's the lines in the fabric reminding me of a couch my parents had or what the deal is, but
Now, let's not diss those 70s decorators.
Also, I think that back remember, Eric, you mentioned something about the back on one of the chairs that we actually had that we could sit in and try out. And you said the back just was too low.
Yeah.
And I think this one looks that way too.
potentially it doesn't look like it would be as bad.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so continuing our scroll through here, I think we're generally agreed on the page here. Page 3 is a no.
Yeah.
Correct.
Integra Marina.
That one's not bad. Especially with wooden legs. I mean, the second rendition of it in the kind of a taupe and cream print is not, it's not bad looking, not that I would want that fabric.
The
But
second one.
it's not quite as institutional looking as the one on page 2 or 3, I mean.
I like this one better than the first one.
Do you?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Really.
That first one reminds me of the smoker car on an old train.
Well, yeah, it is. It's definitely, a 30s throwback, sort of 20s and 30s throwback.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I think that sounds like a yes then to page 4. So we've got page 2 and page 4 that we would like to perhaps do a test sit in and look at the fabric options.
What do you mean to page 2? I thought the first one you showed was what?
The
one
Art
that-
Deco-y one, Cal.
Yeah, isn't that page 1?
No, that's page 2.
No, this is page 2.
Okay, well, what was
This is
what
page 1.
was 1?
This one.
Okay. Oh, I see. Page 1 was that awful round table with the spindly legged chairs. Okay.
Okay, so then on page 5, we have the Martin Batru de Saint Germain.
Yeah, that one sort of says doctor's waiting room to me.
Yeah.
I have concerns about the legs.
Also, I have concerns about how low the seat is. I think it would be hard to, for someone like myself to get, even though it has arms, it would be a little more difficult to get in and out of.
Well, you know, Cal, it's interesting. All of them seem to have a seat height of 18 inches. I think what makes that one look like it's lower is maybe it's a higher back.
Oh, that could be.
But they, so far I've looked at them, haven't they all said 18-inch seat height?
Okay, then that could be.
Yeah, 18-inch. This is a 2 feet. No, 2-inch high,
How
Those
high?
are the feet.
but it's got a lot bigger, lot bigger base. That's the feet.
Mm.
Okay. Anywho. So I think that's a no then to 5.
Agreed.
The Arcadia Huddle Lounge.
I
This
think
one-
those aren't too high to be comfortable.
Yeah, that one is very Jetsons.
This is the year that George Jetson was supposed to be born, so
Good point. How'd you know that, Martha? You
I
are
saw
the
it
queen of
somewhere.
arcane knowledge. Yeah, I'm not a fan.
No, me either. That's a no.
Okay. Okay. So now we're into tables. Eggety G, occasional table with stone top.
Yeah, I think having a stone top, I have no idea what that does to the price, but that certainly adds to the you know, lifetime of the tabletop. It's a lot harder to chip a corner off a stone top than it would be off of a you know, any kind of solid surface top, whether it's stone or wood or whatever, will stand up better than a laminate surface, I think.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I don't know if I'm looking at all the stuff you are. I'm looking at page 7 from what Eric sent a while ago, and I don't know
Yep.
what I just want the weight of that would be, and if that would be difficult if someone moved it and then the librarians had to go back and move it back. That could be pretty heavy. Also, if it tipped over and fell on anybody, that probably looks pretty sturdy. But I just wonder about the weight of it.
Yeah,
I would think that one would not be something that you would move very
Well,
frequently.
it's
I
a
mean, that would
real-
be between the two chairs and that would be pretty much
It's got to
it.
be, and all that. I mean, it's got to be moved.
Okay. That's true. That's true.
Is it real stone or is it faux stone?
I don't know.
If it's just fake stone, it might not be real heavy.
It says stone top.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily believe that.
but Cal, advertisements don't lie.
Right.
Okay.
So this is Bonnie. One thing I would note about these side tables is I think that the plug on the side as opposed to on the top is a better location because you're leaving the top open for a computer, a book, a closed bottle of water, whatever.
Yeah, you're right.
Whereas,
I agree
yeah.
with that. Yeah. It's more
So I'm
function.
not crazy about either of the tables, but given if we're looking for a table with power in it, which I think is a great idea, I would put it on the side.
So if the table has power in it, the table has to be plugged in somewhere, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
There'll be outlets available in the room. I do like that. Yeah, it's greater convenience having the outlet on the side and then not taking up space on the table.
Yeah.
My only, question on the table isn't so much, the overall weight of it, so much as the distribution of the weight on it, with that stone on top, whether it might be tippy. But for a table that we would be putting between two lounge chairs, so should help with stability, I suppose. Do we want to put this down as a maybe?
Yes, and find out whether the stone is real stone or not.
I will ask.
Yeah, find out what the dimensions are and the weight is. What the material is.
Mhm. Okay, the next we have the table.
I'm not crazy about these at all.
No, because they take up a lot of room, but they don't give you a lot of functional space.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also very Jetsons.
Yeah.
It's a new Falcon dart table. I don't know, regardless of what we think of the appearance, that's a name.
It's a what? It looks tippy.
It's a
to me.
name. It sounds like something that's a prop in a Bond movie, is what it sounds like.
Yeah. It looks tippy to me. I don't know how sturdy that thing is.
I think that's the sort of thing that is, those legs are meant to slip under the chair.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Mhm. Okay. We do on the same page have a couple that are similar here. Pretty definitely same idea.
Yeah.
Intended
Eric,
to
I was,
Kathy?
excuse me, can I say something?
Yeah.
Yeah, since I can't see what you're doing, I'm playing here with the email you sent us. And by clicking on that past table with the stone top, I was able to, there are three, the tops can be laminate, Formica laminate, or silestone. Silestone is a quartz product, and that can be pretty heavy, just so you know. The other ones are standard laminate options and Formica standard laminate.
Kathy, you're
And it says
talking that rectangular,
rectangular with the stone top and the outlet area.
yeah,
Says
okay.
the signs for small public places. And it's, so anyway, if that helps you at all, but it is.
Yeah.
I am very slowly loading the page.
Are you sure?
Boy, is this moving slowly.
Must be the snow. Kathy, you dodged a snowstorm up here, don't you?
Yes, I actually, our builder sent us a picture of the house, and I saw snow outside of the trees, and I thought it was from last winter sometime.
But
Yeah,
it's
I heard that.
something.
My sister emailed that this can snow again. Yes.
I've been afraid to look.
I hate to tell you what the temperature is down here. You don't want to hear it.
I don't want to hear it.
Just assume it's beautiful and we'll move on.
I'm sure you're enjoying yourself.
I'll just say I'm looking out at umbrellas and it's not raining, so that should tell you something.
I'm sure it's lovely.
Oh, here, looks like we've got access to,
Oh, it comes
Yeah.
in couches. I think that hot
You could
pink.
go for hot pink. Dang.
there we go. Well, technically it's bubble gum.
Oh,
It does look like it's, in terms of the finishes, that it's different types of the leather,
Yeah,
but it doesn't have to be that brown color.
well, that would be a step in the right direction.
Whereas here's kind of a nice dark navy blue here, Cal.
Yeah,
It's
that
not quite purple for you, but oh, we got plum. There's plum down here. There we go.
Where?
Plum.
that
It's-
doesn't look like plum to me. It looks like black.
Yeah, it does. It's not being done justice by the computer screen. Okay, well, I think we can then have some look at some of the upholstery here then. Maybe product options. Okay, well, these folks don't have as nice of a calendar of a website. Anywho, why don't we take a look and look at the form first and complete our journey through on that, and then we can circle back on the fabric. Okay, so we had said maybe, said it to the round. Then we were looking at the Falcon Dart table and the Media Technologies Forum work table. Folks who were on one hand very creative with their naming, and on the other hand not creative at all.
actually, that's not the one on the right there with the circle base
Mhm.
looks kind of nice to me.
Yeah, I like that one as well.
Okay, so we'll say this the one with the circle base is a yes, and we've got some more tables here. Surface Works penny table.
I think any of the tables that have a round top are not as functional as the tables that are rectangular or the top is rectangular.
I would
The
agree.
round top doesn't give you a lot of area to set anything on.
It looks like these also have wheels, which could be interesting.
Yeah.
It probably is advantageous to have the caster wheels on the bottom of the table, which the one with the circular base does not have. So that's something to consider. And it looks like these have adjustable height tops.
Makes
too.
them easier to, yeah, that's nice. Okay, so maybe this square one here, rectangular one here
Yeah,
on page 9.
it's on
That would
wheels.
maybe be a
right?
yes then.
Well, is it on wheels?
Yeah,
It does appear to have casters, yes.
Okay. And Martha, you don't think much of casters, do you?
Well, it could be, the only thing that I would offer is that if it can move easily, it can move easily, perhaps when you don't want it to, if you're working
Yeah.
at the computer.
Yeah.
Or it could inspire people to have races. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, this is more or less an adult reading room. I don't know whether the kids will frequent it or not.
You
I
would
don't-
be surprised, Cal.
Well, certainly the high school kids will. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that my only feedback on that was if it has wheels, it's I mean, I guess sometimes they have the little brakes on them, but it might be worth considering.
It's not that big of a room that you could get going too terribly far, and if you were having, you're
No.
only going to go 4
This is true.
room. So
I mean, my main concern was just like, you know, if you're working at the thing and it's moving around when you're trying to work,
yeah,
that could be, but it's also, I mean, it might also not be as mobile as it looks too. So
I just got to wonder, Martha, how hard your typing is that that tray is getting away from you.
I don't know.
Well, maybe it's one that we could take a look at. The casters might be locking too.
Yeah.
Okay. Encore signal side chair.
Do we need side chairs?
Not
We
for the
need 2
table.
chairs for the table.
Oh, okay.
Do you have any particular feelings about arms versus no arms?
Well, arms make it certainly easier to get in and out of the chair. But they're also, but you probably then can't shove the chair in under the table. I don't know.
Yeah,
well, if the table and chairs are made as a set, you usually can. I
Okay.
kind of like the arms, because if you were pulling the arms up for a meeting of 6 people, or if you're pulling the chairs up, it's just a more comfortable sitting arrangement. And I think
Yes.
I don't know, I think it looks better. I'd like to, if possible, I'd like to see arms on those chairs. I think like that, if you go to the next page at number 10, it shows the 2 chairs at the table. It just looks just generally more comfortable.
Yes.
yeah, that's a nice clean look.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
And you can see the table's designed so there's not any kind of apron that would interfere with the arms. Vice versa.
Yeah, the table is higher than, yeah, it won't interfere.
Stylex welcome chair.
I don't like those arms.
Oh, sorry. So let's, that sounds like a yes on this one.
Yeah,
let's look at the
I like
styles.
that one.
Yeah.
I have to confess I do too.
That's the one that's shown in picture 10, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Stylex welcome chair. I'm not really sure what I'm looking at in terms of the angle of the metal on the arms. It's probably just the angle that the picture's taken from, as well as some optics with the sheen of the metal. But
No, I think
it
those
looks
are,
like the arms don't match. Is
yeah,
it just
I
me?
think you're right, Eric. It's just the funky angle. But I'm not crazy about the bright polished chrome.
no, neither am I. And I'm not crazy about the curvature of the arm.
Looks a little bit more contemporary than maybe what we're going for.
Yeah.
Okay, and then is this? I think this is the same one with just
Yeah.
a different
Yeah, it's
finish.
the same chair, I think.
Yeah. Grand Rapids Chair Company Sigsby chair.
Well, that doesn't have arms.
Does it come with an arms option? Maybe? Doesn't look like it.
No, I don't think so.
That looks like a school library chair.
It does.
Yeah.
Available in chair, counter stool, and bar stool.
Lack of a lower back makes me hesitant.
You mean the big empty space where your lower back would be?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I know from experience how really uncomfortable that is.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any arms here. This chair has been disarmed. Okay, Stylex Brooks chair. Stackability, cast aluminum or nylon arms. Seats and backs may be wood, plastic, or upholstered. Optional wall saver legs.
What kind of legs?
Wall saver.
Oh, so if you jam it up
I don't know
against,
what a wall saver leg is.
Yeah, I think maybe that means that when you push it up against the wall, it's not gonna scrape with the legs. That doesn't seem to make a lot of sense though, because in that picture from the side where they're stacked, it looks like from the top edge down to the leg is just a straight shot. So I don't know. That's not bad looking though in woods and natural, more natural finishes. But I don't know.
is it important that they be stackable? I don't think so.
No, not really.
Okay.
I mean, there's gonna be two of them, so
Yeah.
it's nice, but not exactly a deal breaker.
Okay.
What do we think of just the general appearance of these?
Eric, can you scroll down a little bit? The bottom image is cut off. There you go. Thank you.
Yeah, this is an example here where they've got different seats. This one definitely looks to be fabric.
I'm just wondering if if that particular one where there's the blue on the left and the sort of red on the right, if that's a slightly more padded seat than what was above. I
Yeah,
can't even tell.
Looks like it.
Because I think it would be nice to have, those look like pretty hard seats. If we wanted to have that, that's fine. But if you wanted them to be a little more comfortable, to have some padding on the seats is nice.
I would agree with that.
I agree with that. Yeah. Unless we don't want people to stay too long.
It says seats and backs may be wood, plastic, or upholstered. So if they're upholstered, that would say to me there's got to be some padding.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, if you go back to the one on
So
page,
do we want to?
So the Stylex
Kathy?
Brooks chair possibility.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
I think so, yes. Okay, page number 14, the Encore Molina table with in-surface power.
Okay, that's another round one that we wanted
That's
to.
yeah.
Oh, okay, there's the rectangle version of
Yeah,
it.
those aren't going to work. Here's a better one.
Yeah.
I like this
That's-
one,
Yeah, I do
the
too.
rectangular one.
Does it have, do any of these come with a wood base rather than that metal base? I guess they all come with a metal base.
The metal base is
I think most
probably
all of them do,
stronger,
yeah.
Cal.
I'm sorry, what?
I said the metal base on a table like this, a metal base is probably stronger than a wood base. If you were going to put a wood base on one of these, it'd have to be, heavier material, I think, especially in a
Okay.
pedestal format like this.
But even if you have the metal base, does it have to be, you can, see the round table, that metal base is darker. I like that. I don't like this shiny stuff on the rectangular table.
Yeah, I
So-
think you can get that in different finishes.
Oh, okay, okay.
It
Eric,
says
can you go back to the other two chairs? The first chair we said we would take a look at, that was also shown with a table in between.
the Encore signal side chair. Is that page 10?
Yes,
Yes.
This one?
yeah,
there
that
you
one.
go.
So that's a round table with 4-leg pedestals.
You know, that almost looks like an oblong table,
It does.
Mhm.
Yes.
which would be
It's
nice.
hard to tell from the picture. It could be an oval table too.
But oblong sounds cooler.
Yes,
Just
definitely.
saying.
No,
Cal.
it looks like the side facing us as the viewer is straight. You know, it looks like a rectangle with curves on the narrow ends where the chairs are.
That's what makes it an oval.
Not really, but anyway,
Yeah, it does look like the ends.
yeah,
are
I actually, I think that's very nice looking, this, you know, table and two chairs together.
I agree.
Yeah,
Well, what I got is the page 10 chairs. Is that the table, the Encore Molina table, which is pictured on page 14? It tells you what I'm looking at. The tops are wood veneer laminate solid surface, and the base is charcoal gray, silver metallic, polished aluminum, and satin black. So, and then it shows several tables.
Eric, can you get us down to page 14?
Aye.
I don't think
So-
it's the same table. I think the feet that extend from the column, the support column, look a little different.
also this table definitely doesn't have curved ends.
I'm wondering if this one, the one on page 10 has power. It doesn't look like it. At least in that picture, it could be.
It looks like the feet are wider, but maybe the tail's bigger.
Well, it's by the same company. This as well as the Encore Signal chairs. So one would hope that they make tables that their chairs fit under.
Yeah, one would hope. But don't bet on it.
No. As they say, trust but verify.
There you go.
So, okay. It sounds like we have interest in this rectangular table here on 14.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And on 15, we have the Falcon Table 400. Table with FLX power management.
what does FLX stand for? Flux?
Who knows?
Well, you know, the thing is, as long as we make sure there's at least one outlet, if not two, at that end of the room, do we really need to have a power cord in the table?
I think in terms of accessibility, it might be good just to prevent people from like crawling around on the floor and stuff.
That's a
And
nice accessibility thing. Yeah.
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 And as someone who can't bend over right now.
Are both of these?
You know, there's also the possibility to have the outlets be a little bit higher, not down by the floor
Yeah,
That's true.
that would be better.
too.
So these all look round.
Yep.
Yeah, they will all look round.
All right. Then page 16 is just the contact page.
Okay.
Okay, so from the top, we've got Comper Paris Archive, and Marina upholstered. Those were the two lounge chairs that we wanted to take a closer look at. And then we had questions about the Agati G occasional table with stone top. Weight, overall weight, whether it was real stone on top. We wanted to ask in terms of the side tables, the Media Technologies Forum work table with a round base, and the Surface Works penny table with a rectangular one, or two that we had marked down. The Encore Signal side chair and the Stylix Brooks chair were the two table chairs that we had marked down to take a closer look at. And actually, I wonder if this is the table. Up here? No, it doesn't. Anyway, the rectangular version of the Encore Molina table. And I think actually that was the only table that we'd really latched
Rick,
onto. There were only two tables presented.
Can we find out what table is in the photo on page 10?
Yes, I will follow up and ask on that.
And if it comes with power?
Sounds good. Okay.
I like the base of that table on page 10 better than the other bases.
Okay.
Yeah, I
well,
think seeing it in a photo like this makes the whole thing look better than just
Yeah.
seeing the individual pieces, don't you?
I will ask about this table.
Okay.
And
Eric, can you ask a fabric book or swatches so we, let me ask you this. Are you asking to have these products sent to the library? Is that what you're saying?
I think that would be a point that we would want to take a look at as far as possibly having samples available to take a look at so that we could, particularly in the case of the chairs, give them the old test set.
Yeah. No, but I thought just to expedite, we could at the same time get samples of fabrics.
Yeah, and I will ask about the samples of fabrics. I think that would be good. My sense here is that the colors options are not coming across well on the computer monitor.
Yeah.
I think when we clicked on the one color option for the Neon Comper chair, that there were what looked to me to be just 8 different named varieties of black.
Yes,
I'm
yeah.
sure that there's a lot more color variation to those.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think the color variation comes through very clearly.
So I will ask about samples and ask about getting something that we can sit down and look through to have a better sense of the color variations that are available.
Eric, do you want me to get pictures of the chairs? I'm talking about the new chairs at Dickinson Hall.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
And find out the name of the company.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Because it may be that the chairs are maybe too big for the size of our room, but on the other hand, the room they're in isn't all that big. It's just the entry room. I'll get some pictures of those chairs. They also have a couch, but we don't need a couch.
Eric, do you have any idea when we're going to get a finished rendering from Engberg Anderson?
No, we had indicated the choice options, and I know that Sean had mentioned sending those choices along for the rendering, but I haven't heard anything additional as far as timetable. I
Okay,
can follow up and ask.
thank you.
Yeah, I be on your speed dial at least once a week because everything's just taking way too long. What's the story on the estimates?
The estimates for the
For the building, for the construction?
do you mean estimates
they-
or quotes?
Whatever you want to call them, the cost, what it's going to cost to do the wiring and the drywall, the whole job. But what is the?
Yeah.
I
Well,
would,
we've
I would call
had
that.
those are up and posted. Those are up and posted, and we've got you know, a few of the work folks that have stopped by
Oh,
to take a
good.
look at the
So that's
space before they
so what-
submit a bid.
Okay, so let's cut to the chase. What's the end date on this? I mean, when does he anticipate having, contracts ready to be signed, sort of? But I don't know what the term is, but the bottom line is what we're looking for. When is that anticipated?
I don't know off the top of my head. I'm going to ask.
Yeah, because he was talking, the last thing I saw in writing was working in mid-May, and now we're into almost mid-March. And it's just, I don't know, I'm just disappointed in the lags that are built into this with, between, I don't know if it's Sean or I don't know if it's Jason or whatever, but I think it's important that they hear from us at least once a week so that they are keen on our need to know.
Yeah. Sean is hearing from me very regularly. So I am sending him at least 1 to 2 messages at least a week. Most weeks lately, more. So, you know, the phone calls might be a good idea to broaden the, help further get his attention.
Yeah, I mean, kind of his head if you have to. I mean, it's just ridiculous. This is just going way beyond their, our relationship with them is based on good faith, and they're based on what we were told last summer. And here we are, not all that far away from another summer,
Right.
Nothing's happening. So no, it's not satisfactory.
Yep. Well, we'll get things moving.
Good.
Okay. Kathy, I had mentioned before you jumped in and joined us that I had replaced the ceiling tiles that had water damage in my office and in the preschool room.
Excellent. Thank you very much for doing that. A breath of fresh air, I'm sure, just to look at a clean ceiling.
You know, it
I hope you
is.
didn't find
It is incredibly. It's a positive, very positive experience. It's clean white ceiling up here above my head.
Yeah.
Not
Good.
only are they nice and clean and white, but they. I don't think I'd realized the degree to which the older ceiling tiles were starting to kind of like sag in the
They
middle.
all look
So.
Yeah, and they probably it is. Well, good. And that's something that, as far as I'm concerned, that's just going to be, ongoing maintenance. That there's, I don't know what those things are, just styrofoam or something, but
Yep.
keeping them fresh is our obligation to the public. So good for you. Thank you.
No problem. Anything else building and grounds wise that we need to discuss?
Not that I can think of.
Otherwise, I think our next step here with furnishings will be to get a chance to take a look at swatches and do some test sits. And then once we've been able to do that, then circle back for another building and grounds meeting to discuss preferences. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Yep, that sounds right.
So hard to put a date on that because it'll be dependent in part as far as when we can get these furnishing LFI, but hopefully it won't be before too long. 10 days to 2 weeks back together to meet again would be nice.
That'd be great. Great. And you know, the other thing, Eric, if we could pressure Ingrid Anderson to get us the renderings by that time. I feel kind of funny going to Jeff Lawrence without I mean, all he has to do is walk next door to see what the room looks like, but to show him a rendering would be helpful.
Yeah. Agreed. I will
Yeah,
be
I know.
following up with Sean about that.
Melissa's anxious to get that for marketing purposes as well. So we all would like to see that.
Yeah. Indeed.
Hey, Eric, I want to give a heads up, which doesn't have anything to do with this room or the Library Foundation. But I want to compliment the women who chose the current book for reading between the libraries.
Oh, yeah, the unraveled one.
The Unraveled, yeah. What
Yeah.
a tremendous book that is, and what an eye opener.
I'm amazed by all the offerings that are between the two libraries. We're going to have opportunities to hear speakers and attend workshops and all kinds of stuff
Yeah,
associated with
yeah.
that. So it's really very robust, all the offerings that are
it
going
is,
along with
yeah.
that. So good job, you guys.
Come a long way in
So-
4 years.
Jillian's our point person, of course. The lion's share of the credit on that. I'm frozen. Look how frozen I am.
Yeah, you're kind of going in and out of being frozen, Eric.
Am I? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Jillian, good. Jillian did good job.
Yes, she did, but
So along. And Cal, marketing materials.
All I heard from that was materials.
yeah, that's all I heard too.
Yeah. Wondering if we could use that as Cal's words there as a quote in our marketing materials.
Oh yeah, there you go. Testimonial.
Well, I was truly impressed.
Okay.
All right.
Excellent.
So, should we entertain a motion to adjourn?
I so move.
Is that
I'll
Kathy?
second.
It's Kathy.
Okay.
Aye.
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 Meeting is adjourned. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Take care.
Thank you.
Take care.
Take care.